pleasure to welcome you all on behalf of EDRLab at our third event. The two first editions of it were named DPUB Summit. But this year, we decided to rename our conference DPUB Summit. DPUB comes for digital publishing, because we want to be the best place to share insights on digital publishing, without forgetting, of course, technical aspects. I'm sure that Pierre, our dear Pierre Danet, who left us last year, would have approved this change. And before letting Laurent Meur introduce the program, I'm pleased to welcome Audrain from Hachette Livre to say a few words in tribute to Pierre.
Thank you, Virginie. With the program committee, we wanted to remember Pierre Danet, creator and first president of EDRLab. Without Pierre, EDRLab would not exist, and this summit would not take place. We would not be there. Reached by a serious illness, he passed away last June. His vision for the e-book community and the development of open standards, his energy to bring together the actors of the book chain, from institutions to industrials, were capital for the emergence of development force in Europe. Pierre has been my boss for 10 years. He inspired me a lot. I was very lucky to be at his side, to share his ambitions, his thoughts, his doubts sometimes. To all of you, to all of us, I would like to say how much he has brought with his humor, his kindness, his energy. We cannot begin this summit without paying tribute to him. I am sure that the trace of his presence will inspire our work here in Berlin. As is customary for theater people, and for sure Pierre was one, I invite you to applaud him.
Thank you very much. Today, we won't discuss sales data in the ebook market. We won't discuss if, love books are working, if other books are less good on the market. Today, we will try to align planets. We've got 3 planets to align, in fact. The authoring planet with publishers, the distribution planet with everything about web distribution, distribution via booksellers, OPDS, feeds, protection with DRM, etc. And the reading planet with, reading systems and all their issues. One tool for aligning this planet is the interop spaceship. As I can't pronounce interoperability 2 times in English, I will stay with interop. So the interop spaceship is the way to travel between this planet, and we try to use the light of the accessibility moon to travel through. So in the publishing planet, we will, during these 2 days, see some interesting issues, like how to know your audience better, how to integrate your publishing environment in the digital world, how to digitize out-of-commerce books, how to publish in a scholar context, how to validate ebook accessibility, or how to preserve digital publications for long term. Yeah. About distribution, we'll see how to move to web publications. So web publications is the current work undergoing at the W3C. To protect EPUB content with this new DRM, LCP, that is at the moment, well, growing in use in Europe. And for the Reading Planet, we will check how to access EPUB on the Edge browser by Microsoft, which is the first browser to natively read EPUB files, how to access EPUB on mobile and desktop applications via the Iridium and Iridium 2 open source SDKs, and to access EPUB on DAISY devices. DAISY devices, until now, were accepting the DAISY format. But the DAISY consortium decided a long time ago to move to EPUB 3, and so we see now, step by step, a movement for DAISY devices to accept also EPUB 3 files. We will demonstrate that tomorrow. I want to begin with these sessions by thanking our sponsors. So we are happy to have many sponsors this year. We will have more next year, I'm sure, thanks to you. So the Ministère de la Culture in France, which is of great help for EDRLab since the creation of the lab. The Centre Français d'Exploitation du Droit de Copie, the CFC, which is a collective management of literary and artistic property rights. Livre, an e-distributor, big e-distributor in France. The ebook alternative, which is also a solution provider for booksellers and publishers. Scroll.io, which is a German solution provider for ebook distribution. EasyCrunch, which is a French solution provider for publishers. And Colibrio Reader from Sweden, which is a solution provider of web reading systems. So let's introduce now our keynote speaker, Martin Rollenze. Martin is head of publishing innovation at Springer Nature. So to introduce him, after a PhD in neuroscience, so far from the publishing industry, at the University of Basel, and the supervision of medical publications, Martin moved to Springer Nature in 2010 as associate editor. He is now the head of publishing innovation, developing new ideas for publishing and author services, using a mix of editorially driven internal innovation and external cooperation projects with various startups. He keeps a close eye on new developments both in the publishing world and online, which is of special interest for us today. Martin, the floor is yours.